How you doing? I'm Kevin Tui, your warrior spirit guide, and this has actually been a difficult video for me to make. And so I'll start with an inventory, which I just took, and it says, I just wrote it. I have fear. I'm too fucked up to make this video. I have fear. Uh, I won't make sense. I have fear. I won't get my point across. Uh, I have fear. It won't make sense. I fear I don't know what I'm doing. Then I wrote, thank you, Warrior Spirit, for the courage to be myself and help others. Uh, so I designed the Warrior Spirit Guide and the Daily Journey Inward for men and including myself because I wanted to have more of a daily routine for myself, and it's got 12 actions, and one of the actions is connect, making connections with people. And I want to talk about friendship with men, connecting with men. And uh, I've had problems with this, and people think I'm the friendliest guy, and I'm a massive extrovert, but that doesn't mean I have a lot of close friends. I've had a lot of friends in my life. I still have friends from childhood, from New York. I just seen recently here that we're visiting the UK by accident, and I've got friends uh, I was in a gang with in San Francisco. Talk with them often online. I've got friends from the army, guys that we don't agree on things politically, but we're close, and I do anything for these guys, and they would for me. I know that, even though we're on different sides of the political spectrum. um, I've got friends from in recovery, 12-step programs. I know for decades, and yeah, I find myself wanting. I find myself, wishing I had deeper bonds, deeper, more closer bonds with people, with men, and I just found myself watching a couple of clips on Instagram of Goodwill Hunting and uh, another movie, When the Devil Knows You're Dead. Just about relationships with their dads, relationship, and a lot of friendship has to do with trust. And I've always blamed other men for not wanting to be men friends with me, and I have to admit that I've had problems trusting men, and that's kept me from having closer relationships. Why is that? Well, going back to my childhood, I've had a lot of trust issues with men, starting with my dad and other men, where there was a lot of emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, and so therefore there's a lot of trust, broken trust, and fear of being hurt, fear of being vulnerable, that I still have, and I think it's a ongoing process. Is you know, Part of me feels like, oh, I shouldn't do this video because I'm not 100% Mr. Friend, to talk about friendship, but that's bullshit. I I I'm, I feel like I'm making this video for myself, partly because I I want to have more honest relationships with men. I want to be more honest, and I want to have that honesty. I want to have that kind of honesty and vulnerability with other men. And usually when you get around a bunch of guys, you just take the piss out of each other and tease each other, and you know that's great. That's fun. I love making jokes. I love busting balls and making jokes. But I do find that when I'm having a hard time, I don't reach out to these guys. because I need something else, and it's funny, I'm Irish, and we're masters at busting balls and giving each other a hard time. That's how we show our love and stuff. But I'm also American, and I want to be more vulnerable. I want to be more vulnerable too, and be met with kindness and compassion and tolerance. I just want to be sometimes just listened to and not fixed. Just like I just want to say whatever. I'm lonely, having a hard time, going through a breakup, financial issues, job issues, work, unhappiness with work, stuff like that. And nobody can fix those things. So it feels good to just say it, say it to somebody. And I think it's important to try and make a connection every day. And I don't. I want to, but I don't. I find myself I don't. I resist. I resist it because what's my fear is that I'm not going to get what I want. I'm not going to get the. I'm not going to be listened to. The person's not going to make time for me, or they're not going to understand, or I don't know. And it's hard. And and I got some friends. I enjoy their company, but alcoholics, me being one, we're really selfish and um, can be narcissistic, extremely self-centered. It's like everything's about me, and it can be tough to have a friend that's another alcoholic because you're both just only talking about yourself, thinking about yourself. But over the years, I have gotten better at being a good listener, um, and being useful and helpful to others. Uh, at the same time, I find myself not 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 receiving, not being able to receive that, and I need that too. So a friend of mine used to say, if you want a friend, you got to be a friend, and I have been a friend. Uh, but part of being a friend is taking risks and being vulnerable and finding out if they're a friend worth having. And a lot of guys are great to hang out with and joke and you know have a coffee with, go to a movie with, talk about girls with. But you know, you find out who your friends are when you need someone to help you move. You find out who your friends are when you're going through a breakup and you need someone to help come over and help you get your stuff out of there. And give you a place to stay maybe, or give you a couple of bucks, give you a job maybe. Um, and to put up with uh, whatever you're going through. It may not be nice, put up with somebody's resentment, their frustration, their unhappiness. And, that's where you find out who your friends are. Um, so, how to be a friend is, you know, to give the same things you want, to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be helpful, to be useful, even if it sometimes it inconveniences me. It's uncomfortable, but it's I do love my friends, and I would give them a shirt off my back. I have other friends who are don't wouldn't give me the shirt off their backs because they're too afraid they might not find another shirt. you know that's truth. That's not just a joke. I'm laughing because it's true. um so yeah, connecting with other men is important, and it's I find now that I'm gotten older and wiser, maybe I have a lot less friends because I just have less patience for bullshit. I like to make small talk as much as the next person, but I want friendship with more depth and weight, and I think we all need that. Uh, Everybody, but especially men, and I think women seem to have a better built-in thing for expressing their feelings and stuff. We don't. Even when my partner would say, "What are you feeling?" I go, huh? What? I get stuck, and I'm. A lot of people say, "Wow, you're really in touch with yourself," and I still have trouble expressing my feelings in the moment because I'm not thinking I don't think about my feelings in the same way a woman does. And I express my feelings through actions. Men are active. Men are do actions. Women do feelings. You know, primarily. I'm generalizing. Um, so what am I trying to say? I am. I want to make more connections, and I'm encouraging you to make more connections. To try. Say, hey, man, can I be honest with you? I'm having a hard time. And find out. Eventually, you got to find out who your friends are. And if you don't have any, you know, if there is someone you meet out there, even at the store, I've made friends just from at the supermarket or at work. You meet people at work, someone you connect with. Hey man, let's do something, or at the coffee shop, or um, and there's lots of spaces now for men to meet. Because I think there's more acknowledgement that men have trouble connecting with other men and trouble expressing themselves, and that's why we're more apt to commit suicide. That's where we're more apt to have depression, and um, because we don't know how to express ourselves, we don't know what to do with these feelings, and we don't know who, not just how to express them, but who to express them with. We don't have anybody, and I've got people in my family I care deeply about who, you know, I notice or could use more friends, and I try to be a friend. And as I say this now, I'm going to try and reach out today to somebody and and stick my neck out there and put it on the line and see what if I'm met as a friend and someone can listen to me and give me some time, because I need it. I need it, and you need it. So I hope this was useful to you guys. I hope it was useful to someone. Please let me know uh, if you like what you're hearing. Please like the Warrior Spirit Guide and like this channel. I'd love to hear your comments. If there's anything you'd like to hear about, if I could express specifically, please let me know. You know, I'm 58 years old. I've been on this planet a long time. I do have a lot of experience. You know, am I an expert? I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still living, and at least I can be honest if I don't know. But I'm still learning. I'm still learning about how to have a friend, how to be a friend, and part of what helps me is what I just did before this video is I wrote down uh, what was bothering me, what my fears were about even making this video, and I shared them with you, and uh, there's a lot of things we can do on a practical basis to give us more, uh, allow us to be more here in the present moment, and instead of messed up, pissed off about yesterday or fearful about tomorrow. I want to be here now, and so I welcome anyone that wants to have a conversation with me. Uh, my emails and information. Reach out to me, and I'm here in the UK, so a lot for time zones, but I'm available to talk to any man. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a professional. Just another human being trying to make it out here on these streets. And um, I've had a lot of jobs. I've lived in a lot of places. I've had a lot of relationships. I've had a lot of friends. I've done a lot of things. I've made a lot of mistakes, and so therefore, uh, I'm an expert in life, in living. So I'm more than happy to talk to anybody who just needs an ear, or needs some help, or just wants to learn a better way to live. And uh, as do I. So that's why I created the daily journey inward, 12 actions that can help you, that are helping me live a better, happier, useful, contented life. So thanks so much. Have a great day. I'll see you around on a daily journey inward.